at the moment I'm training like mental like twice a day. I'm boxing in the new year. Do you know what? Because of my weight and stuff, I'd love to fight Deji.
If you sleep with a girl with the first date, is she wifey material?
Nah.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the BlueTick show. Opposite me today, we got Too Hot to Handle contestant, ex-celeb, X on the beach.
X on the beach, yeah.
We got Kori Sampson.
What's that?
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, mate. Good?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on the show.
No, sweet. Thanks for having me.
No, don't be silly. So let's start off. How did you originally go onto... What was the first thing you done? Too Hot to Handle?
Yeah, Too Hot to Handle was the first thing that I've done. To be fair, I've done like 4 dating shows and 3 of them have got the name X in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've done X in the City, which is like a little one-off episode, and Eating with My Ex. And then
I've seen Eating with My Ex. I've seen Eating with My Ex.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I could never do that.
Yeah, so I started off on Too Hot to Handle.
You was on season 1, right?
Yeah, season 1. I come in like late on it.
I heard you got kicked off the show.
Yeah, I got
what
kicked
happened?
off. Do you know what? I don't know. I got put in late, so I had to kind of be like a bombshell in it. So they make you into like
Jack
this
the
villain in it. Yeah. So I went in there and they were like,
steal everyone's girl kind of thing.
Yeah, like do your thing. And I was like 21 at the time or 22, and kind of like fuck it, go on.
Yeah.
And then I got kicked off partway through. I was only there for like.
Why'd you get kicked off?
10 days. I think they wanted me to do a certain thing with a storyline.
And you just went for it.
And I kind of didn't. So was it like, obviously I was doing me, but at the same time, when you're new to like the TV stuff, they tell you something to do and you think like, they know what's best in it. Even though it's not what's best for you, it's just what's best for the show.
So they want you to do, for example, go and chat up that bird, but you know she's loved up. It's not like, I'm not going to do that kind of thing.
Yeah. So like I kind of went in there and I was like almost like listening to people at the start, and then by the end of it, I was kind of like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. And then there was like a vote off thing, and I was in there for like the shortest amount of time, but I got like a big following off it.
Yeah, but they said you were one of the highest earners to come off the show.
Yeah, I think probably.
It's good, no?
Maybe, yeah.
For being on there the shortest amount of time, it's not too bad.
Like just on follower count, I think like I come off with nearly like 900k, and I was only in there for like episode like 6 to 8, and there was people that started that didn't even get to like 6, 7, 800.
Yeah, but you were the bombshell, so it makes a difference.
Yeah, so I must have got a lot of screen time for the little bit I was on there.
So you done Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
So I got a question about that, because there's that. Oh, what's the girl called? The little robot called Lana.
Yeah.
That was cool. You don't
I can't even remember.
So obviously, the way Too Hot to Handle works is if you go on there, you're not allowed to kiss anyone, do anything, otherwise you get charged. Well, you lose money.
Yeah.
Did you do anything like secretly?
I think people tried to, but it come out.
Oh really? You just get clocked?
Yeah. Like there's cameras everywhere. Like you can't get away with nothing in there. The only thing is like, they might not have showed everything without like, I don't know, ruining the show's certain things actually got cut from it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh really?
Like little bits and bobs, but I can't really talk about it, to be honest.
That's fair enough. So then after that, you went on to X on the beach.
Yeah, so I done the two like Eating with My Ex was with someone from Too Hot to Handle.
Who was it?
The girl that I kind of got with in the beginning, Chloe Beach.
Okay,
So we done Eating with My Ex on BBC just to talk about what happened on Too Hot to Handle, and it wasn't anything deep. She wasn't really like an ex.
It was just like
we just talked about what happened with the show and stuff. And then I done X in the City with my actual ex, and then I done X on the beach.
How did you do X in the City with your ex?
Do you know what? So it was quite mad because they were like, they rung me up.
Did you both know that was a show you're going on?
No, so like I knew the show,
yeah,
and I knew it was with her, but she didn't know I was coming. But they told me she did know, so I was just like.
So where did she think she was going? What show?
She knew she was on. You know the show, innit? But
okay,
like
but she didn't know
what ex it was going to be. So she had a couple people it could have been, and like ours was the most recent. And it was only a few months after, and it was still quite
fresh,
bitter, and we hadn't spoken or nothing since like the last time we did, and so they told me she knew I was coming, but so I was like, oh, she knows I'm coming, I'm gonna give it her whatever, like just go on there and do it. And then she was like, I didn't actually know it was you, and I was like, they told me you knew.
If I went on a show with my ex, I'd end up dead. Like, I could never do that ever with any of my exes.
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't do it. But then when you jumped off that show, you've been on quite a few shows.
Yeah, so then I done X on the Beach.
And what was that like?
I started X on the Beach, so like I kind of had a better experience because
from the beginning.
From the beginning. Even Too Hot to Handle, I think they focused on the people from the beginning because it's the storyline.
And the thing is, when you're on Too Hot to Handle, they want you to be something that they choose.
Yeah, because it's my first show and it's a new thing. That's why they put people on there that's not done other stuff. Yeah. But then X on the Beach was almost like almost like a redemption for me because I'm not kind of how they made me look.
You can go and prove yourself, be your real self kind of thing.
Yeah, so like to be my honest self and stuff, and they kind of went with that. Like I was looking for, like I'm a mum for my dog, and like I'm actually a nice guy, and that which is true. And I think it come across on there, which is good.
And who was your ex on X on the Beach? Stop. Okay, now I've got your attention. Make sure you hit subscribe.
So I thought they'd probably put more.
And did you know it was X on the Beach?
You know it's X on the Beach, yeah.
Oh, you do know the
show. You don't
know
know who's coming, or so you like they ask you like
for a list of your
like
exes.
Sort of exes, or they do their research. But then the person that come on for me, like I didn't tell him, and I didn't know she was coming.
Oh, shit, you never even told him that ex?
Yeah. I never, because it wasn't even like she
An
wasn't
ex.
like a full on ex, but like we were dating for a bit in lockdown. And she come on and she said all this bad stuff about me, and I was like mad. And it was right near the end as well, so I was plain sailing for ages, and then she just come in and just rocked the boat, and I was like, but yeah, I mean, it was alright. It wasn't that bad.
I could never do a reality show like that. I could do like something where there's no other exes involved, and I can just go in and be myself. But that must be like. Every day you must be shitting yourself. What ex is coming? What's she gonna say? What ex is coming?
I don't know. It's a weird atmosphere as well because you're in this like place and it's like very intense and it's like you're filming like all day. Like they wake you up at like 6 a.m. and
you must be shattered as well.
Yeah,
you've always got to have a smile on your face.
Yeah, and I was sharing. Do you know Lockie?
Yeah.
I was sharing a bed with Lockie for half the time, and he's a big lad. So it's like me and Lockie in this bed. Like he's snoring next to me. I'm getting no sleep.
Cool. I like Lockie.
Yeah,
Lockie's
he's a
good.
legend. And I'm getting no sleep in that, and I'm just like. By the end of it, I was just emotionally drained. I was just, even though it was nothing mad, like emotionally going on, it amplifies it a little bit.
And the thing is, if you just want to chill one day and just literally have a lazy day just by yourself, you can't.
You've
always got a camera on you.
Even
somewhere.
like you try like get a bit of gym in or something, and then they'll call you for an interview, and you're like, can I go in 10? Like, nah, no. And then just it is a bit full on. I think to be honest, moving forward, I wouldn't do another. Obviously, I've got a bird now. I wouldn't do another dating show anyway. I've even said that for the past like year. But I definitely do more stuff that's like
TV based.
Something decent, like SAS or like something that's
SAS
physically challenging and like it doesn't have to be like going on dates.
So how long have you been with your new missus now?
Since where are we? December. Only like two and a bit months.
Was it 8? Yeah, quite fresh.
Yeah. But it's full on, like proper.
You jumped in
head first, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And how's that going?
Yeah, no, really good.
Because obviously from your past, when you look at your background, you're like a little bit out there trying to sleep with birds, do your thing, and all of that. So how is it changing from being that guy to being now like this loved up guy, this happy in a relationship?
Do you know what? I kind of, obviously when you're younger and you're a lad, innit?
How old are you?
26 now.
Okay.
So I filmed Too Hot to Handle at 22, come off it. Like by the time it aired, I was like 23.
So you're still young, living your good
like
life.
that 23, 24 year, it was quite mad, to be honest. You probably know that. But it's boring doing that. Like you get bored of it. There's only so much of.
That's what I said as well. Like because I've been involved in the restaurant all the time. There's girls everywhere. It's fun. Don't get it twisted. When we first opened up our first restaurant and girls were coming in, it was fucking like best thing ever. You think you're the man with loads of birds, but then it's like, all right, cool. So now, who am I gonna go home and chill with? Like,
it's just the same thing every time, innit? So like, obviously, even before I done the TV thing, part of the reason they put me on the show is because like I used to get about. I used to like go out a lot. Do you know what I mean? I'd go on holiday all the time, and I used to like get a lot of attention. So obviously, I've done it from the age of like 21 all the way through to 24. So I'm kind of like, I got to the point like about a year ago. I was like, is what it is. And like even since I've been single, more so recently, like this year, I've not really been like out there like that. I don't go out that much anymore anyway. And then like when I do, it was just like to have fun with the boys and not even out to like pole and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then, how'd you meet your ex? How'd you meet your current missus?
We met in Ibiza, innit?
Oh, serious?
Yeah. We met in Ibiza. It's quite mad because like I didn't expect it as well. I was kind of like just going there to like.
But they
for
say
my
they're
mate's
the best
birthday.
ones, to be fair.
Yeah. I think she's in the same boat as well. And then we literally met each other, spent like the whole time we were in Ibiza together.
I don't know who you're missing. Is she like on socials and stuff? Is she like
she's a
influencer
model.
or something?
She's a model.
Okay.
She's got like, she's on Instagram and stuff, but not like the same sort of thing as me. But we live like a very similar lifestyle, obviously, so it works quite well.
I've got a question. I had this question, yeah, and it's, you could answer it however you want. So it was a question I actually listened to on TikTok on the way up here. If you sleep with a girl on the first date, is she wifey material?
Nah.
Would you talk to me about that? What? Nah. So if you take out a bird on a first date and she's nice, respectful,
if she's got everything, yeah, and it's the first date,
and she just gives it up,
I stick it on and she gives it up, then I just think like she could move mad, like,
yeah, that's exactly
like whenever, well. Like, and I think, to be honest, it's different when it's like, say you're going on a date and it's like you're investing time into each other. It's a little bit different. So say it's on a night out or something,
then it's that's different. That's just wrong.
Like,
if you've been chatting to a girl she's busy on holiday, you've been chatting to her for 3 months and you go out on a first date,
yeah, fair
like,
enough, cool. It's like, yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, yeah. And if you really, really like each other, then you kind of know in it.
Yeah.
But like mine didn't give it up for like quite a few dates, yeah.
So with mine, I was seeing her for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Stayed around my house, slept on the sofa.
Slept
on the sofa. And I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come into bed. She was like, nope, that's too personal. I don't want to get in your bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? What do you mean it's too personal? You don't want to get in my bed? But that made me think, oh, you know what? Cool, I respect her. Whereas if she just slept with me there and then, I would be like, as much as we're winning, we're like, yeah, beat that night. Yeah, cool, whatever. You look back and you're like, all right, well, I've completed it now. Like, what now?
Yeah, it takes a like.
It gets rid of the thrill, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I just wanted to ask that because it's a question that I wanted to ask. I want to ask everyone that comes on just that question because so many guys I know for a fact are going to say, yeah, man, she's still wifey. Yeah. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah. I think it will fizzle out faster anyway. 100%.
So what's going on in your life now? What are you doing at the minute? What's work saying?
So at the moment I'm training like mental like twice a day. I'm boxing in the new year.
Looking to have any fights? Looking to have any fights?
Yeah, so I'm fighting at some point. I've signed something. Okay. I can't talk about it yet, but once so I'm fighting in the new year 100%. I want to get into like all the into the YouTube, yeah, because I've done it for quite a while. And I've done Muay Thai since I was like 18.
I've done Muay Thai.
Did you? Yeah,
I love Muay Thai.
Yeah, I went to Thailand, done the camp.
Oh, you done it? You done a camp?
Yeah, done a camp.
Muay
2 weeks out there, like.
Is the most dangerous martial art in the world.
Yeah. Proper.
Where did you train?
I trained I did that Tiger that everyone does.
Yeah.
But then I went and did Diamonds, called. It's in Koh Pang. It's like on an island.
No, where did you train in the UK?
Oh no, but that was when I was back home. I used to train at a place called Extreme in Plymouth. Now I box. So I was training, to be fair, not from. I was doing the Essex Fight Academy.
Oh yeah.
I was boxing in there, and then I've boxed in a place in like Ladbroke Grove, somewhere in Central. But I'm training in a place called Manor now. Chisora trains down there sometimes.
I think nothing's better than Muay Thai.
Yeah.
When you're training Muay Thai, you know the first session I went there, I was doing a roundhouse kick. Oh, my leg was fucked.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at people and they're smacking this bag, and I was like,
yeah.
No.
When I stress fractured my shin when I was in Thailand because I was kicking the bag so much. Yeah. Blisters all on my feet and that done me in, but I enjoyed it. But I prefer boxing.
Really?
Yeah, it's
very
more
disciplined.
I like the technical, like the sport of it as well. Like there's so much. Do you know what I mean? The actual sport itself is.
I love boxing, the respect side of it.
Yeah.
But I think Muay Thai as a martial art is so much more powerful than boxing.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a street fight, God forbid it, and you got a Muay Thai guy and a boxer, there is no comparison. The Muay Thai guy's going to eat him alive.
Oh, if boxer gets one good punch on him, though, he might do.
But Muay Thai, he'll just wrap him up.
Yeah.
Like he'll literally just wrap it. It'll be over within seconds.
Yeah. Do you know what? Jiu-Jitsu is the one that I can't get my head around. I just can't
do it.
I've done a little bit of it in that. Not properly.
Never trained it. That's good.
It's a bit mad, isn't it? Like.
So go on, talk to me. You're trying to do the YouTube boxing.
Yeah, so I'm doing the boxing. I just done a marathon, innit? Like London, 3 hours 17, my first one. I've signed up to do an ultra next year, like a proper long one. And I'm doing some mad stuff in it. Just want to push myself to see what I can do.
So if there's one YouTuber / influencer you'd want to fight in a boxing match, who would it be?
Do you know what? Because of my weight and stuff, I'd love to fight Deji.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That'd be a sick fight.
I'd bang him up.
100%. Do you reckon? Honestly?
Yeah, 100%.
You know one thing I say about Deji, yeah? He's always living in his brother's shadow, which I know pisses him off because it just is what it is. Yeah. But Deji, if you ever do watch this, I'm sorry, but I don't rate him as a boxer.
He's had what? He's had one fight. He had one fight he proper lost. He had one fight he won, but it wasn't anything mad. And then he just lost to Mayweather. He like, I know, like obviously he's gonna lose to Mayweather. But then like KSI's like going, oh, I'd beat Mayweather, do this, and that's like, I think like certain aspects of it is like a bit like, come on, like Jake Paul, like I think, do you know what? He's been training for so long now.
Yeah,
he's an alright boxer now. He's a boxer now, but when he calls out like Canelo, I know it's like to get attention, it's just fucking stupid.
It's embarrassing.
And it would never happen either.
No.
And like, he'd get hurt.
But you know what the problem is now? When you're having Deji fighting Floyd Mayweather, it just makes it just makes the whole of boxing, the whole thing just look fake.
Yeah.
Like Floyd Mayweather, the fucking
like why is it? I don't know why them sort of exhibition-y things kind of happening. Like I get the boxing and I get like the YouTubers fighting YouTubers and like half of it's like, some of it's embarrassing, but some of the stuff they're saying, like I quite like seeing them get humbled, because some of them just go in, talk all this talk, and then like
agreed,
look
but then
embarrassing.
when you're seeing
like.
Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, yeah, Tyron should have smashed him up.
Yeah,
like,
see, sometimes I think as well with the bigger ones, with Jake Paul and his organisations running them and that, you think like,
what's the contract saying?
The contracts are like.
When I was speaking to, I had a boxer on here the other week, and he was like, all the contracts are fake. He was like, in the sense as there's conditions where you're not allowed to hit me over 80% of your strength.
Yeah,
or you're not allowed to knock me down.
Or even just like the winning. So it's very easy when there's two people to get a win, like a win out of
you can
someone,
turn around and say, you're only allowed to win on points, but you're not allowed to knock me down. But I'm allowed to knock you out. Like when Jake Paul was fighting Tyron Woodley, or was it Tyron Woodley? There was a condition where Tyron weren't allowed to knock him out.
Oh really?
Yeah, like
was that like legit?
Yeah, that was like, well, it never come out. But that was the word around town.
I mean, that one there, I think, like, I swear, when that the one where his hand dropped,
hand
went
dropped,
over the top,
and
it's like a bit like, come on, if you know what you're doing, like that wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't drop.
But you never know, innit? But like, I think with them big ones, like, do you know what I'd think is really interesting? When Jake and Tommy actually, if it ever happened, it was meant to be happening, who actually wins it and stuff. And I think, because I don't think Tommy would take like
I don't think he'll take.
I don't think he'd take a paycheck to lose.
His family got too much money.
Yeah, exactly. Like I swear his dad said he'd disown him if he.
And it's the Fury name as well. It's not a
so
joke.
I think he has to fight him, and it'll be interesting to see who wins it.
I think Jake Paul will win.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because the thing is, where you look at Jake Paul, Jake Paul has got more money than all of them.
Yeah.
By far, easily. Like he's walking around with fucking £500,000.
All he has to do is box as well. He trains like 3 times a day, you know.
And he's got the best coaches, because money is nothing. He can just throw money at these guys.
He goes to his camp like in Cuba or something, no distractions, just chilling.
And he takes it serious as well. Like Deji don't.
Exactly,
Deji does nothing. Deji don't take shit serious. You can tell as well. But Jake Paul,
do you know what? He was sparring Paul the Mayweather fight, because someone that was coaching, one of my coaches before, he was sparred with him a little bit. He sparred with him a little bit, because I think the week before the Mayweather thing, or 2 weeks before, he sparred like every day. Before it, but I don't know. I'd wrap him up.
Deji, if you're watching this, bro, he wants to have a little stream.
No, that's fine.
No, it's big clout around his name.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's the one thing anyone would fight him.
It's mad. He's only had a couple fights. Like, but why is he fighting Mayweather on his 3rd fight? It's just a bit mad. I think a lot of the people doing that as well, like, they're just doing it for a paycheck, and they can't. They ain't
How
got
much do you reckon he made from that Mayweather fight?
I don't actually know.
It must have been upwards of millions. Must have been a few mil. No?
I actually couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I reckon he made good 3 to 5 mil for that fight. But then you're looking at that, you're looking at Deji making 5 million. Let's say he made $1 million.
Who did the organisation? Was it
TMT, the money team?
Oh, was it their thing? It wasn't to do with Misfits like KSI?
No Misfits.
Was it not?
No.
Fuck knows.
So he probably didn't even get paid.
He probably had a purse or something.
But
he's got a lot of YouTube followers though.
Who? Deji? Yeah. He's got like 10 point something million subs. He's big. Mad. He's big in the game. He's KSI's little brother, innit?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know anything about YouTube. Like,
really?
I don't know. Like, I don't watch any of their stuff.
Would you fight KSI?
I'm not his weight though.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 70 kilo, innit?
Is that it?
Yeah.
You're 70 kilo?
Yeah. Someone said it to me the other day as well. I'm 5'10", I'm 70 kilo, and I'm like lean as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you're fucking
I don't know. Yeah. Someone said to me today in the gym, they were like, "Oh, how much you weigh when you?" Because I said I was fighting. I was like, I'm walking at 71, and he was like, "You look about 80."
Yeah, I would have said you're about 80 kilo.
Yeah, nah. So I'm strong for a 70 kilo. So I'd wrap them up, especially like the YouTubers.
And
like,
how long have you been boxing for as well?
been boxing for like 3 years.
Yeah, so it's different.
I was meant to fight a few years ago and it got cancelled because of COVID, and then I couldn't redo it because of a
Who
TV
was you meant
thing.
to fight?
So it didn't come out of the contract and that. So actually, he's called Adam Salah.
Oh, Adam Salah.
Yeah, YouTube.
From
YouTube
yeah,
guy.
yeah. He's a good boxer.
So
He's a good boxer.
I was meant to fight him. It didn't happen because of COVID, and then some other stuff happened afterwards, and then I was like, I'm not involved in that. So then we were like looking at something else, and then that one didn't come through.
Adam Salah had a fight recently, about a year ago, against.
He lost like a couple of them recently, but he's done like he's fought like 6 or 7 times now.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like, do you know what I mean?
So business wise, how are you making your money?
So I do a bit of modelling,
Yeah.
and then most of my stuff's social media. So I do a lot of like brand deals and stuff, and then I've got my own fitness app. Wake Up and Move, yeah.
Going well?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm starting coaching with it as well, like 1-to-1 with people. But to be honest, I wanted to focus on the platform and like, you know,
because for you as well, it's a lot easier for you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of stuff going on, so it's to invest my time into people like individually. It'll have to like, there'll only be a certain amount of people I can do.
Yeah.
And then it takes up a lot of my schedule. And I've got a brand coming out soon.
A clothing brand?
Yeah, no, a hair brand.
Oh, hair brand, yeah?
Cos Hair, yeah. So
Okay.
that's why my hair looks like this.
Well, we got a chain of barbershops if you want to put your products
on
there.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah,
We got 10 barbershops.
I'm doing like sea salt spray, argan oil, shampoo, conditioner, but it smells like Oudi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's banging. It's proper sick.
Yeah?
I'll show you it after. I've got it. I've got it in my parcel.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
When's that launching?
So we were trying to get it out.
What's the name
for
of it?
Black Friday. Cos Hair.
Cos Hair, yeah?
We were trying to get it out for Black Friday. Didn't happen. So now we're launching quite soon. Next few sort of, maybe in the next month. We want to get it before Christmas, innit?
And what made you want to get involved in that?
Do you know what? I always like genuinely struggled with finding a hair product. And like my hair is quite like, everyone always used to ask me like, oh, what do you do for your hair? How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah. Because of curly hair, like naturally as well. Yeah. And then I met this guy that basically makes stuff for people. Like
what, makes their own product?
Like, yeah. My friend met him in Tulum. And then it took me we went out together at one point in London, and then we were chatting and he was like, oh, like we could do something together, and I was like, oh, that's sick. And it's been about a year trying to make it. And then just put a load of work into it, and then now it's coming. It's finally.
Like, you know what it is as well. Obviously, I've always had product in my hair. Obviously, having the barbershops and stuff like that. I use a wax called jojoba wax. Okay. You must know it.
Nah.
You don't know it? It's like a grey pot. Everyone knows this gel.
Swear down, nah.
Oh, you must know Dax.
Yeah, the strong
shit.
Thing. Really, the red one.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in school and that people started using it.
That gel, that wax. When I used to put that in my hair, it was like fucking cement in your hands.
Yeah.
No, so I use something called jojoba, and I can never find like products. Obviously now my hair, I literally just throw it down. But when I used to spike my hair up and stuff, because I have naturally curly hair as well.
Yeah, it's hard to manage, isn't it?
It's just you can never get a product that is right.
Yeah, like it doesn't last, or by the end of the day,
because my hair's curly, whenever I like put something in it, it'll make my hair greasy.
Yeah.
It just becomes a myth.
Yeah, no. Mine. I just need like a bit of texture in it normally.
Yeah.
Like, I just leave it in that, but I put sea salt spray and argan oil in it, and then don't wash it too much.
Wash it too much.
It takes the curls out.
So you're at the minute you're launching your shampoo. Not your shampoo.
So I'm launching
hair product.
That's kind of getting launched. I've done the platform come out in the summer, so I've had like a few months of like focusing on that, and then just the modelling and the social stuff.
Would you charge a post? Could you say that?
Nah.
Roughly, go on.
Roughly.
If you're gonna say between here and
what,
here,
like as a one-off, like
if I don't know, this company contacts you, hey bro, want you to promote our clothing brand. I'm not even know.
It ranges, but it's upward of like $1,000, way up.
So minimum $1,000.
Yeah, for like one-offs, up from that, yeah.
It's good money though, no?
Yeah, I mean, like when I first come off Too Hot to Handle, I think I was doing like 4 or 5 different things a week.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
And you were charging a lot more then, probably because you had massive interactions with.
Yeah.
You just come off the show.
Yeah, I think like obviously engagement and stuff always changes and it dips off.
What do you think of Instagram at the minute?
Oh, it's dead. It's so hard to like get it right, and I think it's like.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah.
TikTok's the best app ever for growing your platform.
I struggle to get my head around the TikTok though, because you've got to like invest quite a lot of time on it. And I'm so used to doing Instagram, and I know what's what, and I'd see what's happening all the time because I'm always on it. But TikTok, I don't really go on it like that.
See, I live on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, even when I'm laying in bed, just literally, I'm constantly scrolling through
see,
TikTok.
I try not to do that as well because it messes with my head. Like, if you do too much, like...
I hate Instagram at the minute.
Yeah.
It's so... Like, I post a picture. Like, I used to get like 10 to 15,000 story views.
Yeah.
Now I get like 3,000-4,000.
Yeah.
And then there'll be one day where I get like 12,000. I'm like, what the fuck happened yesterday?
I think it's happening with everyone though. So, but at the same time, I swear some people are like denying it, as in like brands and stuff, like try to think like, oh, that's not happening anymore for them, but it's everyone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Instagram right now is the worst platform.
Yeah, I struggle. But then sometimes I do something on Instagram and it gets like...
blows up.
I got like 3 million views on something before on Insta, put it on TikTok and got 500,000, like 5,000 or something.
Yeah, but
like,
it depends. Like I've posted
like,
a video on Insta where I got more followers on Insta than TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's got like 20k on Insta, and I was like, all right, that's cool, whatever. 20k views. I posted it on like TikTok to like 5 million.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get my head around TikTok. I just know that Instagram, I don't get much reach anymore with it. Like I post like photos and only my audience sees it, but TikTok, you post it and everyone sees it. But then like the stuff that does well on it's always like controversial, like
yeah, no, it's all gossip, isn't it? That's all that people want to know. People want gossip. No one gives a shit about fucking what you're up to and how your life is. They want to know the bad.
It's not like my favourite app. Do you know what? I prefer Twitter. I don't even have followers on Twitter and I actually like Twitter.
What do you think of Elon Musk buying Twitter?
I haven't followed it like that.
No?
But I think like he's taken tech companies to mad levels, so what could he do with that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, at the minute, he's just taking a piss out of Twitter.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened with the BlueTick?
Yeah, you got to pay for like a verification thing, don't you, right?
So at one point, it was only open for about 3 days. You could buy a BlueTick.
Yeah.
It's
£8 a month.
8, is that how much it was, yeah?
I think
or 6 or 7,
$8
something like
a
that.
month, yeah.
So
$8 a month, maybe.
One guy bought a BlueTick, opened up a stock company, it was a pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
Named it the same thing as theirs, bought the BlueTick, and then dropped a tweet saying, like, I can't remember what the tweet was, but it was like, selling the company, sell our shares now. The company lost £20 billion.
Swear down.
Because people looked at the page, it was a verified page.
Oh, no way.
So people thought, oh yeah.
Well, you look at like GameStop and all them things remember like a year ago, like people just like buying and selling things. Because even Elon Musk says stuff and people were buying into it and selling it.
He can just push
like
it. He done it with Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, that was it. Yeah.
He literally tweeted once and the whole coin just went...
Yeah, and then everyone that actually had it then sells it and then it drops again. And like, I couldn't keep up with all that stuff. No. I was in a group message. One of my mates would tell me to do something, and I'd just be like, "Yeah, sweet, whatever." And then he'd be like selling out. I'd be like, "Yeah, sweet." I'm not like.
Did you do it or no?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Yeah.
Make any money from it?
A bit, like.
But it's more headache than it's worth.
Yeah, like I wasn't really so much on the crypto, more just normal stocks.
On your phone as well. You got to be on your phone. Like there was one point where I was trading the American Wall Street.
Yeah,
and I'd be getting a text and I'd be like, my mate would text me, sell. I'd be like, sell. As I'm typing sell, buy.
Yeah, I remember like one of my pals is big on it, and we were like having like dinner or something, and he's just sitting on his phone like, oh, I've made like, it's gone up like 10p, but he'd made like 10 grand or something, and then he's like, I need to sell it, like, or he's buying and selling while we're there, and I'm like, come on, man, like the only thing I did, I'd buy certain things when they were low, and then wait for them to go up and then sell them.
When I used to trade the stock market, I remember the day I was eating at Pizza Express, I had my phone up up against a glass. I'm eating my pizza, looking at this thing, and I had a girl at that point, and I was literally just sat there, and she was like, "Baby, you're gonna get off your fucking phone?" And I was like, "No, I can't. I need to wait for this to drop." And then it fucks your life up though, man, because you're waking up at 8 a.m. when the market's open, and you're going to bed at literally you're just up watching the stocks.
The worst ones is it Forex, isn't it? Where you trade, you can literally make money in like minutes,
seconds. Day trade, it's interval trading, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've got friends that do that as well, but I'm not like.
You just focus on doing
I'll just make my money in, and I'll just if I invest it, I invest it. Like,
are you invested in any coins at the minute, or do you not get involved in coins?
Nah, I took all my money out of it because I was buying a house at one point, and so I took all my money out of all them, and then I didn't end up buying it because it was back in Plymouth. Okay. So I was going to move back there.
So how come you moved to Plymouth now? That's what I wanted to ask you. To be fair, how come you're not staying in Plymouth?
Do you know what? I moved to London originally when I was 18. Okay. I did like 2 years, and then I went back. Almost felt like, I don't know, I liked it for a bit, and I liked the quiet life, and like your money goes further, and it's just like, it's just an easy like sort of life, but I feel like you don't push yourself enough when you're in an environment like that. So I moved back to London when the show come out, and then I've done 2 years in like West London, and then I was thinking about moving back, so I moved out of this house with my friends, And I ended up just getting a 1-bed flat instead in London, and like living on my own because I felt like I needed to be here, even though like specifically I don't need to be anywhere.
London pushes you to do more.
Yeah,
like,
in everything.
I could never imagine living like far out because I just feel like you're a bit. I don't know. London's like the capital, innit? It's where everything's going off. People are working. People are making more than you, and you're always striving to be like, okay, I need to work harder.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to work harder.
I get invited to events and stuff, and like it's good for me to go to them. And sometimes it's like you don't get paid, and like if I'm driving over an hour to get there,
don't make sense.
Like it don't. Yeah, it's a bit long. Like now I can just bop in and out like in 20 minutes. But I do feel like in the next year or so, maybe like 2 years, I'll get like a nice little house somewhere a bit further out with a dog and like my missus and. Do you know
what dog you got? You love this dog, innit?
I've got a bulldog. Yeah. He's he's my best mate.
But literally, how do you get him?
He's 2 now. I had him
2?
since he was a puppy. Yeah, 8 weeks. I got him from this way actually. I got him from Essex.
You know me, yeah. I love little dogs. If it's a big dog, forget it. I'm shit scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, see, he's not like scary though, innit? He's like 30 kilos. But he's like
just some big
he's
dog.
Just a lump. He's just a lump, innit? And he's just a big cuddly like melt. It's funny.
What's his name?
It's Honcho.
Honcho, yeah?
Yeah, Honcholini, but it was so long-winded. Yeah.
No, I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't trust them. Like, but I feel like it's different when you grow up with a dog. When it's like my mum has it. When I was living at home, my mum had one little dog.
Yeah.
And when it's at home with you, it's different.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're walking down the street, you just see some big fuck off dog.
Yeah. Some people just don't like. I'm like, I'll try to say hello to like the maddest, henchest like bully. If it looks like his tail's wagging in that, and the whoever he's with looks sound. Especially with my dog's a bit funny because he doesn't like bigger boys like dogs because he's still got all his bits in that. He's a bit like he's ready to go, but he's silly because he picks fights with like massive dogs. And but he like sometimes I have to be a bit wary, but I try like I like dogs in it. I'm a big dog fan.
So what's your your 3-year plan right now?
Do you know what I set a 5-year plan when I was 25.
Okay.
So I'm kind of
you're halfway
like
into
it's
it.
almost 3 years. It'll be. I'm turning 27 in February, so it will be.
So you're halfway into it.
Yeah, pretty much. The funny thing is, most of it is to do with getting like a nice big house out of the way and settling down.
Really? So you got the missus now.
Yeah, exactly. At least you ticked that so
box.
I'm on the way.
That's
with
the hardest part. Finding the right girl.
Yeah, like obviously I wanna see where I can take like the cos hair business.
Yeah.
And see what I can do with Wake Up and Move in my own personal branding sort of thing and the fitness stuff. I'm always changing and I have like short-term, medium, long-term goals and I just kind of evolve with it and adapt.
I think setting a 5-year plan is so hard though.
Yeah.
Because it gives you so much time. I think you get a bit lazy as well.
Yeah, I've got like a big list of goals for this year.
Yeah. And
then I start my goals for the year after as well, the same sort of time. And then add to it as I go and like move things along. And then I have my 5-year, which is the bigger thing. So I think it's the best way to do it.
With me, I literally live my life day by day.
Yeah.
As mad as it sounds, because I don't know what's happening tomorrow. There could be something new that pops up tomorrow.
Yeah.
My dad might phone me and be like, "Yo, we're opening up this." I was just like, "All right."
Yeah, you never know. That's the thing, but you've got to be able to adapt to it. And I think. It's not easy sometimes.
No, it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. And when you're like, I'm younger than you. I'm young. I'm 23.
Yeah. So done.
Yeah, I'm young. And it's hard being young and trying to just bounce off of like all these little things that my dad's got going on.
What's your 5-year plan? Do you have one?
5 years, it's a long time.
Yeah.
5 years is long. When you actually deep 5 years.
I think like you write something down for 5 years time. And then within a year, you probably take a couple of things off or change or like
you
hopefully
change it.
add to it because you've already got to part way for some of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
so my 12-month plan,
yeah,
I'll stick to. That's a bit easier. Is by the end of next year, I want this to be one of UK's biggest podcasts, which I'll make happen.
Yeah.
And I just want to make more money. Really, I just want to make more money. That's pretty much my goals in life. I don't really have many goals. My goals are literally like I don't really give a shit about. Like much. I'm just quite easy. I'm quite a simple guy in life.
I've got the most like funny enough the like simplest life like day to day, but I have a proper routine and a structure with it. Do you know what I mean?
I have no routine.
Yeah, I feel like I just need to, especially with all the training I do, I've got to be so scheduled in like scheduling my recovery, my sleep, like everything I do revolves around.
You've got to have a routine though. I hear you, and it does make life better.
Especially when you don't have like, say, like a set work sort of thing. I feel like you can go a bit off the rails and a bit insane if you don't have like some sort of routine. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to get up and go to work at 8 in the morning. But I still get up at 7 and go to the gym and do my thing. Like, I wouldn't stay in bed till 12 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? Unless it was like a really random, like one-off day. Like, yeah,
just with the missus.
Yeah, exactly. Like once every 2 weeks or something. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you need that.
I could stay in bed till 12 every day. I could, but that's because I get in late from work.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting home at 1, 2 a.m. So like me chilling at home is just like, that's my, like when I get home from work, the way my life is, I'll get home from work and I'll spend an hour on my sofa, literally just either smoking shisha or just chilling on my phone just to cool down. Yeah. And then I'll get up in the morning and I ain't been gymming fucking ages.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I stopped going gym about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Every day I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back.
Yeah,
just not got back into the swing of it. But once you get back in...
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's like the first 5
just
days.
Starting doing it, yeah. And then it hurts as well when you come back after a time off.
First 5 days.
I don't know what I don't think I've had more than a week off for like 2 or 3 years, maybe,
really?
to be honest. Yeah.
But that's your lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
That is part of your job as well. That's how you make money,
exactly,
kind of thing.
Exactly.
So you have to.
And I've gone, like, I used to be very much like just bodybuilding. Like, I used to bodybuild, but I've been very much just like...
What was your heaviest?
I went on stage at 82.
Okay.
So like 10 kilo heavier than I am right now.
Why did you drop down to 70?
Just from, I was so unfit.
Really?
And like at the time, all I was doing was gymming. And it was when I used to work on site and that, and like, I used to just gym, and I used to just go to the gym and lift heavy weights, and I got massive. I didn't like the way it looked and the way I felt. And then since then, I've sort of, because of the boxing and other stuff, prioritised my health and my fitness more. But now I'm running marathons. You know what I mean? That's what I'm like. I've run a marathon recently. That I dropped from 74 to 71 just doing that. So
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
When I googled your name earlier, it popped up that you got some mad foot fetish.
Oh yeah.
What's all that about?
Literally, it was sitting there. On X,
there's a wiki page for feet for you.
Oh yeah, no, that's weird. Do you know why it's even weirder?
Like,
I've lost 3 toenails recently, so my feet are in a bad way because of the marathon. Literally on the marathon, I lost. Someone said it to me the other day on a question. They were like, "When are you gonna like give us more content for the wiki page?" And I was like, my feet are dead anyway, but I've got like literally missing 3 toenails.
So what? You got a proper foot fetish?
I like a nice feet on a girl, innit? I think it's important.
And what colour toenails have they always got to have?
It doesn't have to be, but like white nails.
Mine is they've got to be white.
Yeah, they just got to be done, innit? Like maintained. So I think it's just important. Like I've got friends that literally will send like photos of girls' feet as the first thing they send. Like, do you know what I mean? As in like if you're talking about a girl, it's like, oh, this is her, and then you send like feet pics.
So I went out on a date with a girl. I can't even remember when it was. So I went out with a date on this girl, and she was a fit bird, like looked good.
Yeah.
And she was wearing some heels, and she had one toenail that weren't painted, like it was chipped.
Yeah.
And it just put me off her. It just completely.
That's what I mean.
It just gave me the ick.
It's so little, but it's very important.
It's because like when we're going out on a date, the first thing we're doing is going and getting a trim, getting our outfit ready, making sure we look good for that night. Yeah. If you're not putting in that same effort as for me, then forget it. Like you've got to have your toes done, man, or just wear trainers. Like if they're not done, don't show me.
Yeah, I'm not getting my toes out for any time. I'm wearing like socks on
3
holiday
pairs of
and
socks.
that, you know them ones, like around the pool with like socks and sliders on and that.
But it's weird. So if you was with a 10, if she's a 10, but she's got 2 out of 10 feet, what is she?
So, do you know what? I think I've done this on TikTok with my pal.
Oh really?
Yeah, you know that she's a 10. But I think I asked it to him and he was like, "Oh, still a 10, like she can keep her shoes on." But I think it would make them like a 6, innit? Like bring them right down.
Really?
Yeah. I think she's a 3 on TikTok.
If she's a proper 10?
She's a 10, but she's got dead feet.
Yeah.
Like 8 or something. I don't know.
So would you wife her if she got dead feet, like busted up feet?
I mean, it depends. Like, I'm a one man person now, but I mean, like, it depends how like I got on with them, innit? You would have had to proper get on with them for that to happen.
It'd be a problem, man. I don't know. Wash. Have you got an ick list?
Do you know what? Like weird. Like I'm really specific. Like certain things would just give me the ick.
Go on.
Nah, most of them would probably make me sound a bit like...
Just say one.
Nah, do you know what? The worst thing, smoke. I can't do smoking.
Yeah, no.
Can't do smoking.
So my biggest...
The smell of it, taste like any of it, like, can't do smoking.
My biggest ick, I said this on a podcast before, is a girl with hairy arms. I can't do it. I swear to you, I can't do it, but I just... Like, don't get it twisted. Yeah, no, cool. Like, if it's just like subtle, cool, no problem.
Do you know what? I shave my arms, mate. So
yeah, but you shave your arms because you.
It's my to be fair, tattoos, it makes them look.
Yeah,
better,
and it makes you look better in shape. It makes you look more defined as well.
I shave my legs because of that as well, even the tattoo-less leg. But yeah, I think a girl needs to like.
Go on, give us one of your icks. You got to just one of them. Pick a bit of a subtle one, not
yeah, that's what
something that ain't gonna get you in trouble.
I'm thinking what's bad, and what's not that bad. Bad breath is like general, but these are just like
that's standard. That's standard. What's one thing that people are gonna be like, what the fuck?
Oh, if their feet are too big.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What's the perfect size for a girl?
I don't know, like
4,
6 below.
6
below, innit?
No, 6
like
is
below.
Big, bro. Yeah, it's got to be 5 and below. 6 is a big foot.
Yeah, I don't even know what Mrs. is.
Imagine she comes up, she's like, I'm a 7.
Like, yeah. Nah, she's not.
Nah, I couldn't.
She's like, I think she's a 5. But yeah, nah, anything above that is nah.
Nah, I couldn't, man. It would make me feel weird. I just wouldn't feel like a man if she's got like big ass feet. She put her foot next to me. I'd be like, yo, move your foot. What's going on?
Sharing trainers and that. You got your Mrs. Trainers on.
Fuck that. So, bro, the way we end the podcast here is every time you have an envelope there.
Yep.
I'm going to give you an envelope to ask the next guest a question as well.
Cool.
Open it up, answer the question, bro.
Okay.
And if it is something dumb, I'm sorry. What is it? Empty.
What is your net worth?
That's a good one, to be fair. That is a good question, to be fair.
Swear down.
Alright, I know you're not going to be able to give us a proper figure. But God, you're doing successful.
What is your net worth? Yeah, I ain't answering that on here. Do you know what? I don't like how... Do you know what? I'm going to answer it like this. I don't like how people perceive you of like if they think you have certain thing or not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear
So
you.
I'd rather like... I don't even tell like close friends and that like...
People judge you differently.
Yeah, people
100%,
do like
100%.
Like you just, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it, and I've seen people try hang around with you for certain reasons.
Yeah,
and I don't really rate it. Even like when you go like see family that you haven't seen for time. And, like,
yeah,
you go to, like,
if they know you're doing well as well.
Like, I remember like someone in my family said something like, "Oh, you've got like more money than sense." Like, so I didn't know what to get you, and I was just like, I don't really rate it. So I'd rather people think that I'm broke. Like,
yeah, no, 100%. I hear that.
do you know what? I don't even show. I used to like show off the kettles I used to wear, and like I've sold all of them.
Well, right now you can't even wear watches.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
dangerous.
That's what I mean. Like
literally, I wear my watch, put it in a safe, and that's it. I wear it for filming. I wear it when I'm at the restaurant. That's it.
I buy mine at retail. I wear them for a little bit. I get rid of them, and then I wait and get another one. I had like 3 at one point, but I don't even like wearing them anymore because when you wear them, you're just trying to cover it up the whole time. You feel on edge. So yeah, like I'm very much like I don't actually care about like how much money people make in that, and I don't care about money anymore. I've got to the point where I'm like I can be happy with living like quite a reasonable life. I like being able to go and do nice things and stuff, and I'm in a position where a lot of
you're lucky enough to be able to do that.
I can do that, and that's cool. But yeah, I'm not really focused on it anymore.
So yeah, there's your envelope. You got to write a question for the next guest. I can't tell you who the guest is. I can't tell you if it's a boy or a girl because, as you know, when we planned it as well, it changes fucking all the time.
Yeah.
Write the question. Don't tell me what it says. I don't want to know.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
it actually makes someone think. Yeah.
Alright, sweet. Well, listen, it was a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, nice one, bro.
Look forward to it. I'll be letting you see the podcast before it goes live.
Yeah, no,
if you need any changes.
Yeah, it's been funny.
But no, thank you for coming on, bro.
Nice one, bro.
Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the BlueTick show. And Kori's socials and stuff will all be in the description if you want to see him. Thank you.
Safe. Nice one.